We're here because we celebrate your career, and you accepted the Golden Icon Award last night. And I had the impression it was quite emotional for you. Tell us about it.
It was so exciting. I mean, you don't really, we do our life. We just do our life and try to survive and try to be our best. And we fall down and get up and fall down and stay down and then struggle back up. And suddenly, there was my life on screen. It was so full of memories and emotion and friendship, and I was like, oh my God, there's my life. It was very exciting. It was very emotional and wonderful and exciting. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we are very honored that you came. You picked Casino for that evening, and you stayed and watched it.
I did.
Were you happy with what you saw?
I hadn't seen the film in probably at least 15 years. And it's a sensational film. I mean, Martin Scorsese, what a director, what a cast. And to be a part of this cinematic history. And I was sitting there, I'm like, I'm in that movie. Are that movie. I can't believe it's me. I mean, I have 3 kids. I have 3 teenage boys. I'm in a COVID lockdown with 3 teenage boys. I live in a fraternity house with, smelly socks and loud boys. I forgot I was a movie star. They would be so surprised.
Do you like to be a star? I have the impression, there are stars and stars. And you're definitely a star. When you enter a room, everybody pays attention to you. Did you want to become a star?
Well, sure. Who in this room would like to be a movie star? Come on. Everybody has this idea they want to be a movie star, but then when it happens, you're like, holy fuck. It's not really it's just so overwhelming. One day you're driving down the street and you stop at a stop sign and nobody cares. A week later you stop at a stop sign and I'm on top of my car. If I hit them now, am I in trouble? What happens? You don't know what the rules are anymore. Your whole world changed, and you don't know how you're supposed to live. Your whole life changes. And when I did Total Recall, my life changed for a little bit, and then it changed right back. But when I did Basic Instinct, my life changed, and it never changed back. So after 2 or 3 years, I was like, oh, this isn't going to go away. This is my new life. So now, of course, it's been my new life for 30 years. But in the beginning, you're like, what do you mean I can't go for a walk? What do you mean I can't go to the supermarket? Why can't I go to the movies? And you feel like a prisoner in the beginning. You just don't know how to live.
But if you could go back, would you do an actress
career? Who in this room wants to be a movie star? See, no. You don't want to go back, because what's worse than being a movie star?
Not being a movie star.
Right, so you have to work it out. So it's a complicated journey when your destiny changes, and everybody's destiny changes. It doesn't matter if you're a movie star or a plumber. Your destiny is going to change and shift, and you have to learn to change your life.
But you said that with Total Recall a bit and with Basic Instinct a lot, your life changed. But did you change? I mean, what I admire, and maybe I can reveal something for yesterday, we went to a reception and went to the kitchen. And you started talking to the chef and the people in the kitchen, and you very easily can connect with the regular guy. How do you keep this simplicity?
Well, for example, I was staying in the south of France last week at a hotel that I have stayed at for 25 years because we always do the Amphar Gala with this hotel. I know all the staff because all the staff works with us at Amphar. I know the chef, I know the pastry chef, I know the valet, head of valet Parkers, they're like my closest friends because they help us build the Amphar event. I had no idea the hotel was a spa. I had no idea there were beach cabanas, nothing, because I'm always working like a dog and I'm working with the staff. But I came early, I had a job there, but I came like 5 days early just because I needed to get my brain together. And it was the first time I've ever had a vacation, maybe in general, but also at this hotel. And the staff was like, oh, you should do this, try that. And I was like, I've never had a vacation at this amazing place. So I know the staff far more than I know how to be like living the luxury life, because most of my life has been on the road working on film or on the road working for AIDS research. So most of my life is spent with flight attendants, hotel concierges, hotel housekeepers, valet parkers, these chefs. These are the people that I work with.
So hanging around with Robert De Niro and Arnold Schwarzenegger is not the main part of your everyday life.
It is at work, and then we work together so closely that we become compatriots because we work making a film, like Casino took 5 months, and then we have to sell it all over the world. So we become friends and associates. For example, I just was a judge at the Robert De Niro's Tribeca Film Festival.
Let's talk about your youth. You grew up in Pennsylvania. Your father was a factory worker,
yes.
A rather modest background. How was youth then, and when did you realize that you wanted to become an actress?
My mother said I came out of the womb being an actress. So probably always. They tried to stop it.
And were you an avid moviegoer, or was there like a star you had as a model?
Well, you know, we lived in a very, very small town, so our movies were like third-run movies. You know, we didn't get the new movies ever. And, you know, I'm old, so we had 3 channels. And, you know, Saturday morning was when we had all of the good old black and white movies, which was my big thing. So like that.
Tell us something.
Women don't make over 1. And I said, that doesn't seem fair. That doesn't seem right. Why? I'm not going to do that. And they said, oh, yes, you are. And I said, no. No, I don't think so. And they said, you have to. And then I thought of my dad, and I talked to my dad. And my dad said, you don't have to do anything. And I said, well, what am I going to do? He said, you're going to remember that you look good in a burlap bag. And I said, well, what will happen if I don't work? He said, you have the biggest hit movie in the world. Let's see if you don't work. Why don't you wait and see if you don't work?
Is this one of the reasons why you started also to produce? You
Yeah.
produced Quick and the Dead. By the way, if you haven't seen it, it's a very cool Western. a bit ahead of its time. Today it would be praised as a feminist Western, would make big money at the box office.
I had so much resistance on that movie. Everything I wanted. I want Leo DiCaprio. Pay him out of your own money. Okay. I want Russell Crowe. Why do you want this guy who's only played a skinhead? Because he's a genius actor, and I think he's really the one. Ugh. I would like Sam Raimi to direct it. Sharon, why do you always shoot yourself in the foot? Have you seen his films? And he'll do it for free. I think he's great. Then he did Spider-Man next and was their biggest box office director they ever had. They banned me from the studio for 8 years for that choice. It just was on and on. And finally, I kept trying to make this very modern movie. And I got, the great Dante Spinotti as the cinematographer. I mean, it was fantastic to make this film. And then I had Rick Elfman, Danny Elfman, they're twins, Rick and Danny, I can never know, but Oingo Boingo. I had him to come in to make the music. And they're like, you cannot put modern music on a Western. And they locked me out of the editing room and said, you're done producing this movie. You're just done. And I was like, and then I don't know how many years, 5 years, and modern music started going on all films, but not mine. Not on a woman's film. It was like, get out. It just was so hard as a woman. And I asked for like a little amount of money to direct a film. And they were like, no women directors, no. I'm like, but I only want like a small amount of money. No. I mean, it was just, everything was a no. But you have to understand, this was 30 years ago. And I was just smashing my head to get anything.
But if you look at Hollywood today, are you happy or happier? Have things changed for the better now?
I am really grateful that women get to work. But you have to understand, I didn't get to work for 20 years. Between 40 and 60, I didn't get to work because I did that.
You should have been a French woman, because in France, women can work. Catherine Deneuve, Sophie Marceau, they are still around and do big
But
films.
I was looking at like the video from last night, which I'd love to have a copy of, by the way. It was
We'll send it to
so
you,
moving. But I looked at, there was all that work, then no work, then ratchet. And I was like, right, because when I turned 40, that was it. No more work for Sharon.
Okay, we tried.
You. What are they keeping you safe from, really? If it's just understanding. Knowledge is power. Understanding is compassion. Shouldn't we have all those things if we're our best? I mean, that's at least my philosophy.
Thank you for sharing that. So we have 10 more minutes.
Life to it. It's not a regular job. There's going to be years where you don't have any employment. And you have to have enough sense of self to survive. I feel that my greatest accomplishment is surviving, because it's a big deal to survive in a business such as this.
Yes.
With you, I can be sad with you. Just take my hand and fly up through the dreams where the skies are so clear. With you, I